What's up and what's going on, everybody? As promised, I'm doing the night show as promised, doing the night show as promised. Had a lively one this morning. Had a lively one this morning. We'll see what happened here tonight. But shout out to everybody. I already know the deal. Y'all know the routine. Hit the like button whether you're catching it live or you're catching it after it's uploaded. We're gonna have a number of topics. We will be joined in a little bit by I know Game Changer will be here, and there's some other people that will potentially be here, but Negroes run late. Negroes run late. So, but as you can see, we are joined by Fantasy Island Girl. Say hi. Say hi to everybody.
Hey, hello everybody. Thank you for having me on your show, Bernard.
All right, all right. You was muted. I thought you was like shy and wasn't saying hi. I'm like, I know you know how to talk. You sound like it took you forever to get that out, but you was muted. You was muted. All right, cool. All right. Shout out to everybody. So we about to roll the intro and get back to it, get back with it. And where's my intro? I'm always late trying to find my intro. So all right, here's the intro. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
All right, what's up and what's going on, everybody? Shout out to each and every one of you. Shout out to each and every one of you. Real quick, let me shout out to Early Bird Squad before we even get things started. Shout out to RM in the building. Shout out to Little Rock. Shout out to Emmett Perry. He says 18 to the answer to the question, to the title question. How long does he get to play that? I was just young and dumb and all of that. How long did she get to play that? He said 18. 18. Anything she do before the age of 18, she gets a pass. 18 years and 5 minutes old, no pass. Cool, I'm with it. RM in the building says, I was just young and dumb is no damn excuse. She's quoting the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. She's quoting Kevin Samuels on that. My man, Mr. Negative Man says, until they're 87. Until they're 87. That's what he says. They get to carry that one until they're 87. Shout out to Craig, the tech guy in the building. Says, LOL, they will use that until men start accepting it. I gotta agree with that one. Samantha P in the building says, only during teen years. No, I was 24. No, and young nonsense. 19 is the top. Okay, we got 18, we got 19, we got 87. The top of the leniency. If you come from a very rough background, if you came out the struggle, you get to get a few more. I'm from the struggle and I'm from the streets years added to it. Okay, that's what we going with. But shout out to the chat room. Shout out to the chat. Salute Snazzy Individual, Killmonger, and Cut the Music. Now to the special guest. This is not supposed to be. Wasn't originally supposed to be a one-on-one. It may turn into that if nobody else shows up. I gave quite a few people the link, so it may turn into a one-on-one. But once again, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me up here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I guess when I'm doing a one-on-one, I normally ask people about a little bit of their background or just how did they get entangled into this space. I mean, I don't even know what to call the black manosphere nowadays because apparently any and everybody is in it and nobody is in it. I don't know what's what, but how did you get entangled in this black YouTube, black manosphere, black whatever the hell we in? How did you even get entangled into all this?
So I started to listen to Kevin Samuels 2 weeks before he passed. I came across his videos because someone told me I should listen to him and see what I think because he was like, black women don't like him. So I was like, okay, let me see what he's saying. But
You
I
said
was
black
listening to
women
him.
don't like them or do
Yeah,
like
that's what I was told. Black women don't like him.
them?
So I
Okay.
was listening to him and I was like, well, what he's saying sounds right. What part don't they like? And then I realized they don't like the delusion that everyone else allows them to live in. He doesn't allow that. He didn't allow that. So that's what was turning them off. And that's what turned me on. I was like, I'm a fan instantly. So when he passed, I was a little taken aback because I was like, I just got here. I didn't get to soak in any of his knowledge. I didn't get to soak that much in. So I started watching his old videos and I started watching people react to him. And that's when I stumbled on BLP podcast with Don Lexi, and he was picking up the torch. So I started watching him, and I agree and disagree with a lot of his points, but he's hilarious. So I like watching him. And then someone advised me to look into the Peef Network. So I looked at them. And it was like, it seemed like a lot more chaos than what I was used to. I didn't even know there were so many lives on YouTube. So I finally got into watching them when Anton was blowing up and being upset with what was going on. And it was like kind of the coming weeks to him deciding he's going to step back from YouTube. So I was like, okay, he's not going to do very many lives now. I wonder what's going to happen to this space because it seems like as I'm showing up to places, it's too late. I'm late to the party every time.
Who's not
So I'm
doing no
not
more
making it.
lives?
Anton, he's not going to be on the Lapeef Network's lives anymore. He
Hmm.
popped up last night, but he wasn't supposed to be. He wasn't expected to be there. So we
I
don't
didn't
know
know
what's
nothing
going to
about that.
happen.
Now, if somebody have never heard you speak, they would say, "Oh, okay, she like some aspects of Kevin Samuels' message. She's
Mhm.
resonates with him exposing the delusion or holding women accountable or whatever." So they
Mhm.
probably would be like, "Yeah, cool, that's a good one." But you see, I've heard you speak before, so you I think you kind of bask in the glory of some of those delusions, but we'll get into that. We'll get
Okay.
into that. We'll get into that. You normally and I give you credit. I did well. One, I didn't see you on Lapeef last night, but I heard you were kind of like the star of the show. One thing I will give you credit for is that when you take a position on something, you normally stand in it, and even if it even if it stopped making sense, you would just own it and say almost like you admit that's your bias and it is what it is. But that's kind of how I normally how I gathered your whole way of having these conversations, your whole way of having these conversations. So it does actually shock me that you was fond of Kevin Samuels. I thought he would be somebody that you would take some issue with. I thought you would take some issue with it. So that actually shocks me. That actually shocks me. I think you might be capping. I think you might be capping, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But moving into well, before I get into the topic, the Clue Channel in the building says, "Oh Lord, oh Lord, let me make that bigger so I can see it. Oh Lord, Fantasy Island girl. Yeah, hide your sons. Hide your sons. Why do you think he's saying that? Why do you think he's saying hide your sons?
I think he's saying hide your sons because I come up here in these little cute outfits every time. It's like a different color scheme, color pattern, but it's the same outfit basically. And I'm getting a lot of pushback from wearing it because you can see my cleavage. And I'm
Not
comfortable
really.
with it. Exactly. Most of the panels, this is as much as you can see. But still, it's like you
It's
need to
like
cover up.
you're putting it. It's like you put it just right there to where, like, somebody is standing like at the edge of their screen, like trying to look, trying
My
to
chair
just
just
see what's.
isn't tall enough.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it ain't. So no, you're not really going full gangster with it. It's like it's enough for a tease, but not a full blown. No, you ain't doing that much. You ain't doing that much. But shout out to the Clue channel. Thank you for the $5 super chat. GC said he'll be here in 5 minutes. But all right, let's go. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and let people know that you're in the building. Let people know that I'm on. Some people haven't fully adjusted to the new schedule, but go ahead, hit the like button. Go ahead, hit the like button. The title topic: how long do women get to use the excuse, I was young, I was dumb, I didn't know no better? How long do they get to use that?
So I believe that women are going to use that as long as men accept that excuse.
Oh, you
That's
cheating.
why I like
Wait a
no,
minute.
that's
Wait,
why I
no,
like
no,
Kevin
you cheated.
Samuels. He would never let somebody say I was 25 and I was young. There's plenty of men that will accept I was 25, I was young. So it's like you can't really tell what men will and will not accept as an age limit to I was young.
Yeah, see what she just did? She
I agree
read
with
the
Craig.
comment. She read the comment section and just copied off the paper of Craig the tech guy and said they will use it until men stop accepting it.
I've been
You
saying
just
that about hoeing and about everything. It's the same thing. It's supply and demand. It's men accept what they will tolerate. It seems like this is a man situation.
okay. So you're of the view that women technically should just do whatever they can get away with. Long as men letting them get away with it, women should just go ahead and do it.
Yep. The same with men cheating. As long as women are letting them get away with it, they should just go ahead and do it.
Okay, but okay, do you accept the conclusions that one must draw when it comes to that? That we can't really say there's no such thing as a good woman if a woman's default nature, per what you're saying, her default nature is to basically be simply just somebody who's just trying to get over on the person that she apparently supposedly cares about. Her default nature is to try to get away with as much as she could. Her default nature is to essentially be a bad woman until he stops her from being a bad woman. So there's no such thing as a good woman. It's all a matter of whether or not men got their pimp hand strong. But the default nature of the woman is to be basically a piece of shit. You accept that?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
Okay.
the default nature of people is to push the limits, to test the boundaries. That's what people do by default. It depends on the person what they allow them to get away with. So sometimes a woman will allow a man to come into a space and tell her, "Oh, I cheated before. I'm not cheating anymore." And she'll say, "Okay." He'll cheat on her, and she'll stay with him. She's not showing him any different from the last woman. He's going to continue to do that. On the opposite side, a man can come in and say, "Oh, I don't respect women that go out late or don't check in," situations like this, but he's accepting her doing that. From what I'm gathering, he is not practicing what he preaches. He really doesn't stand on that. So they're going to push those boundaries every time. Both men and women is what I see in that.
Okay, RM. Yeah, go. You can go ahead. You could drop her Instagram link, but don't put support Black media. We don't support the words coming out of her mouth. But just put her Instagram link there, so they can if they want to go they can look at it. But we don't approve these messages. We don't approve these messages. But but put her link in the chat. They can go look. Here's the deal. You said people want to. It's human nature essentially to push the envelope, so to speak, to push to the edge. Like, look, here's the deal with that. I have no desire to slap the shit out my woman when she's talking too much. So it's almost like you're saying the default nature is for somebody to just push the envelope to be as fucked up as they possibly can and slap the shit out of the person if the person allows it. Like, no, even if she, and what's crazy is like I ain't even about to go there. I probably could get away with it, but I have no desire to slap her. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, but
Go
there's some women that want you to.
ahead. I'll put a pin in that one. I'm just
Okay.
write that one down in the back. RM, write it in the private chat for me, just so I can remember. Women that want to be slapped. We gotta we gotta come back to that one. But so the point that I'm making is what you're saying is that it's essentially the default nature of the woman to want to get away with as much stuff as she possibly can. That is the default nature of her. So it still just puts a whole new perspective on the whole idea and concept of what is a good woman. I still fall back on that. We can't say what a good woman is and what a good woman isn't if her good is only predicated on you stopping her from enacting her default nature of basically being a piece of shit. Like, she would cheat on you, but if she know that it's gonna be consequences, she's gonna lose you, then she's not gonna do it. She'd talk shit and be loud and be yelling at you and cussing you out, but she know if you're gonna leave her, not deal with that shit, or slap the shit out of her, she might not do it. It's almost like y'all basically saying, yeah, you got to be willing to slap a bitch to get her to act right, because our default is to not act right. I don't know what other conclusion we could have with that. I don't know what other conclusion we could have with that.
I
I'll let
think
you go
that
ahead.
is
I'll let you
someone.
go ahead and get to. I mean, I'll let you go ahead and respond to that, and we'll work game changer into the conversation.
I think that is some people's default. Like, not everyone is following God. Not everyone is trying to be a good person. I think there are a lot of people that are trying to be bad people, to be honest. They are trying to let as many people accept them in their role as a bad person as possible. They don't want to be good.
I know,
So
but
it's
I know I
hard to
get what you're
be.
saying. Get what you're saying, and I hate to cut you off. Well, actually, I don't mind cutting you off, but I'm just trying to be nice at the start of the show. But here's the deal: you're saying that is most people's default nature to be bad, or did you say most, or did you just say some? What are you saying?
Some.
Some.
I think some people, it's a good mix of both, really. But I think there's more bad, really. So maybe it is most, like 51% to 49. I think there's more people that are willing to do the wrong thing that they know is wrong.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'll leave that right there. I've done content on that. I've done content on that. That, if you bend, she'll break you. It's like when the woman is pushing the envelope on something. You said no. You said we should go right. She said we should go left. She throw a fit and she complain and she bitch and she moan, and then you go left because she wanted to. She not going to think he did this nice thing because he cares about me and wanted to give me what I want. No, she gonna be thinking, yeah, I just punked this nigga and it's gonna get worse the next time. It's like, when you realize that an alarmingly high percentage of women are operating like that, it's like you realize you're in a damn, I use the Avatar analogy. I don't know if you saw the movie, the Wrangle the Banshee analogy, but do you get the reference or no?
I didn't see the new one, but I
Okay, but
understand wrangling a banshee.
yeah. You gotta hog tie her down into the grapey position and get her to get her to submit and act right and fly straight. But anyway, shout out to Big Bad Bua. Said I'm loving this collaboration. I do got to give him props in the shout out, because he is partially the reason for this collaboration. Because I was trying to figure out how to contact you. I wasn't sure how, but I remembered he dropped all the links on Fight Club, so he was dropping your your Instagram link. So he was dropping your Instagram link, and that's how I was able to find you, by contacting him. He gave me your Instagram. I was able to contact you there. Then we communicated through email to get this going. So that's what's up. So shout out to Big Bad Boy for helping get this thing going. Appreciate you dropping 5 on it. All right. Game changer. Your thoughts, your position, your perspective. Where are you at on the notion, on the idea that what's the title question? How long do women get to use the "I was young" excuse? How long do they get to use that excuse? And I also got to shout out LAR, because I think I stole this title from him. I think I saw this in his title. But anyway, go ahead, GC. How long do they get to use that excuse?
It depends on the offense. So if she has kids, then that's a greater offense than, say, if she has chlamydia or something like that. So yeah, and of course, if she has uncurable diseases, then it depends on the level of offense determines, how much you can get
Wait a
away with.
minute. Kids are worse than chlamydia?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, kids are forever. Chlamydia, it just takes four pills. I keep some in
Oh,
the medicine cabinet. Yeah, you just
you you know the routine.
yes, I know the routine. I've had chlamydia before. Yes,
How many times?
a lot.
Uh,
Why are you looking like that? It's curable. You get cured for it.
all right. About to roll the intro, start the show over. All right.
Why are y'all making a big deal? You telling me you never had it?
I've never had any STDs,
Yeah, me either. Me either.
but I have heard people that say they get it all the time, and I'm like, you're having a lot of unprotected sex.
No, it's not unprotected sex. It's unprotected head. See, you get it that way
Why you don't get hit with the condom on if you can't trust
because
her to
it
have
feels
unprotected
like
sex?
shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I approve that message. They're not. If we gotta if we gotta do head with the head with the condom on, that's like just for show. You just want to see what it look like. You just want to see what you want to see what her mouth look like on your junk. That's pretty much what it's for. You ain't getting no sensation out of that. You just want to be able to say I stuck my dick in your mouth, but you ain't getting no enjoyment out of it. That's so yeah, I know. Cut
Have
it
you
out.
given
You
head
ain't.
with a condom on?
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh my God.
If I'm not having sex with you raw, everything is with a condom on.
Okay. That's well, I don't. And every now and again you get a surprise.
Mm.
And it's
Wow.
it's uncomfortable, but it's not the end of the universe. And what I'm
If you
saying
keep
is,
getting it, sorry.
huh?
If you
No, go
keep
ahead.
getting it, is something going to happen to you? Like, is it going to turn into super version of it? You know how they have super syphilis?
No, no, no. At least not that I know of.
Okay.
But see,
Uh,
it would mean that the person who gave it to me already had the super version of it.
okay, I wasn't gonna
Oh,
ask this question, but my good friend Hood Conservative has a way of keeping me honest when I try to avoid going down a rabbit hole. But I was thinking that people I'll post this comment. I was thinking that too. Condom head is for hookers. Is this like that wasn't like work related head that you gave or nothing like that? No.
no,
No.
I've never been a prostitute or a
You
hooker.
never. Okay. All right. That what
No.
I literally the
This is
only
just
time I've
somebody
ever
I
heard
wasn't having unprotected sex with.
the only time I ever heard anybody talking about that is basically people in the sex work industry of some sort. They say, no, I'm not doing that raw. So that's yeah, I don't hear
I
people
think
in
that's
normal
good practice for
conversation.
them. I think that's
Yeah,
good practice for them. They don't want to get chlamydia in their mouth or something. So,
yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. So we talking about chlamydia now.
Yeah, but
Um.
no,
All
my
right. So
point,
anyway, let's go back to the
yeah,
topic.
my point is that I've had chlamydia and I don't have kids because chlamydia is worse. So yeah, it's and it's a lot more, it's a lot less expensive to get rid of. So yeah, it's so uh, there are different levels of offense, is what I'm saying. If I get that from a young woman, who got it herself through her own irresponsible oral practices, I'm more forgiven. But if she's like, 18 with 4 kids or something like that, I'm far less forgiven. So it depends on the level of the offense.
Uh-huh. I see. All right. Um,
wait,
depends on
how
the
high does
level.
it go? What's his limit age?
Yeah, everybody else was throwing out an age limit. Somebody was saying she can't do it after she can't use that excuse after 18. Somebody said 19. Somebody said the official but unofficial time frame on the I was young, I was dumb excuse. Somebody said 87. They get to use it up to 87. Um, so you don't put an age range on it on the I was dumb excuse.
I mean, once again, like if it depends on the level of offense. If it's a very high offense, then it's a very low age to tolerate something like that stupid. You know,
Gotcha. All right, we may come back to that, but I am interested because Fantasy Island Girl threw it out there that women like to be slapped, and a lot of people don't know this.
no, they do.
Well, no, I was about to say a lot of people don't know this. Me and you on some of the streams that we've done, and like the third hour of it, where it's just me and you up here, we've spent a lot of time talking about women that like to get slapped in borderline or full blown BDSM shit. So she just volunteered the women like to get slapped into the conversation. So we're about to go ahead and go down that rabbit hole. So Fantasy Island Girl, why do you like to get slapped?
No one's touching this face. But when I'm talking to women that say men, he doesn't love you if he doesn't put his hands on you. If I want a
Ooh.
man that's gonna be rough with me, I don't want that. I want him to be very soft with me, very gentle with me, stern but gentle. But I understand that everyone has their own kink. So me having my dom sub kink, I can't judge this woman that has her. I, I
Sub
can't
dom
call it
kick
abuse. I don't. I guess I don't
or
know if that's called dom.
masochism.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Having
Wait
her
a minute.
masculine.
When you said you have your Don sub kink, it's like you were saying that you're the Dom.
I'm the
That's why I
sub.
said
He's
that.
the dom.
Oh, you're the sub. Oh, okay. Got. Yeah, so that's why I would naturally assume that there's like to get slapped
No,
somewhere.
that's math. That's different. I'm
Well,
gonna
that's
do what he says
masochism.
to
That,
do.
that that is, but I mean, sometimes if you are submissive to a sadist, then that comes with it. But I mean, that's why she chooses who she wants to be submissive to.
Gotcha.
Like, and you talk about it. As long as you're able to have that intelligent conversation, and all the slapping and stuff like that don't matter. But it shouldn't be instinctual. It should be, it should be something that you talk about in the beginning of a relationship. For example, like, if I talk to her, like, listen, let's get into a DS relationship. I'm the dom, you're the sub, and she says, okay, but I only give condom head. I'm like, oh no, fuck that. You know, like, you only give head with a condom. Nope, that's what's called a limit. That's what's called a hard limit. Fuck that.
Yeah, there's hard limits. I see
Yeah.
in the chat someone said like pulling hair. Like I don't like that. I don't like pulling
What the
hair.
fuck
I
do
don't
you
like
like?
any. I'm pretty vanilla. I just like to do what he says. So I'm
He
lucky that
says he says he wants to pull your hair.
he
What
doesn't
the
She
say
fuck?
like
that.
to she
I
like to
say
do. Hold on,
every
wait,
man
hold
says
on.
that.
Listen to how kind of like topping from the bottom that is. I'm submissive and I like to do what he says, provided that he doesn't say anything that kind
I
of
don't want
pushes
to
me
do.
to a
Yeah.
limit a little bit.
Yeah,
Like if
that's
he
that 50
tells me
shades.
to, okay, I don't know. I should. Okay,
Go ahead.
if he tells me to give
Oh,
him
you got.
head
Wait
wherever
a minute.
we
You got
are.
you got you got you got background or echo. I think your YouTube link or something is on. Let me see. Make sure
My
that's not
YouTube
me.
link isn't on.
Somebody got background. It might be GC. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay. If he tells me if he's my man and he tells me to give him head wherever we are, I'm gonna do it. If he tells me to get on top wherever we are, I'm gonna do it. If he tells me to pull it out, I'm gonna do it. If he tells me to stop, like if we're out somewhere and we're having fun, he tells me to stop. He knows that takes a lot of restraint from me because, as y'all know, I'm easily excited. I'll stop, and I like that control he has over me. But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to hit me. He doesn't want to pull my hair. He's not like that. So when we get married, we're still going to be doing this dom sub thing, and it'll just be our thing.
All right. GC, that was you, or that is you. Hopefully you can
I don't
get
hear
some
nothing.
yeah, it's well when you're hold on, mic check 1 2, blah 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 blah
Testing,
blah blah
testing.
blah. Oh, everything just went away. Everything
Yeah,
just went away.
well, I turned it down a little bit, but yeah, my bad.
Okay, yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Nope, Brenda, you don't get to post in the chat. You were supposed to actually be up here on the panel, and you stiffed us. So nope, you let me time you out. No, I ain't gonna time you out. I'm just troll. I'm messing with you, Brenda. But
But
shame on you. But all right, go ahead. Go. Who was talking? I forgot.
No, I was just about to say, just because a person is a dom and another is a sub, that doesn't mean that they're compatible. But it does mean that typically it does mean that they're mature enough to have the conversation first. And that's all that matters. And when she mentioned the slapping earlier, yeah, that does become problematic when women in particular try to look for that sensation outside of the lifestyle. So what they do is they provoke their mate, into doing that. But he's doing it out of general frustration, not sexual desire. And since she is getting sexual gratification from that, she becomes an obnoxious bitch, in order to chronically get slapped, and the relationship don't last as a result of that. Had they had a mature conversation in the beginning, like, look, this is what I want, and if you can do so with emotional content, it's all the better. Then there's no need to provoke. Then there's no need to take the batteries out the remote just to fuck with you. Like, there's no need to do stuff to chronically annoy you just to get slapped. And there's a lot of women, believe it or not, there's a lot of women that men think, and they look at them like, oh, that's just an unruly bitch. But it turns out that she's actually extremely ruly. She just wants to provoke your rulership over her. But we live in a society of laws, and men don't take it that far. They'll just as soon leave. So it works against her.
See,
because she's an instinctual creature, not a logical one.
I got some disagreement with that because, put it like this. There's a such thing as a woman who does want some type of aggressive, dom, submissive type of thing going on. I get that. But then there's the woman who really is just an out-of-pocket bitch who got mood swings and bipolar and mad at the world and come home and take it out on the dude that's actually tolerating her ass.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that obnoxious bitches don't exist. I'm just saying that a lot of times it's confused.
I know, okay, that's fair enough, but what happens is when I listen to a lot of these conversations, the out-of-pocket obnoxious bitch tries to hide behind the lingo of he didn't assert his masculine dominance. And that's where the whole, he couldn't handle a strong black woman stuff come in. It's like that's where they smuggle all of that into the conversation, when really they just out of pocket, and they gonna be out of pocket no matter who they with. And the person who actually does assert that shit, that's the person who's just going to be in a dysfunctional relationship with that chick, where they gonna be arguing and they gonna be fighting all the time. Versus and I think I get what you're saying, because you think black people, I'm going to use one of those womanese words, black people lack the emotional intelligence or emotional vocabulary to express what they really want, and then it just end up just being some crazy war zone in the house instead of communicating their potential kink. I think that's probably where you're gonna go with it. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, it's not a matter of emotional intelligence or anything like that. I just think it's a cultural thing. And a lot of black people, and I experienced this in college. I went to college, began college in the 90s. And what I found is that a lot of black people are ashamed of their particular fetishes. And at least at the time, they were under the impression that it's solely a white thing. The internet being new, I thought it was too. And I didn't even know that there were names for my desire. But I was accused in college more times than once, several times, for being into white people's shit. But I think that if they just explored their sexual desires, they will find that they're into quote unquote white people shit too. But we renounce that side of our desires, and so, and therefore it's not properly structured.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Hood Server says a vanilla bisexual is an oxymoron. Are you talking about Okay. Is he talking about you?
Yeah, but I'm not vanilla. I would like to have another woman in the bedroom. I enjoy that.
Okay.
Well, I'm still vanilla though. Nothing's going in my butt. It's still vanilla.
All right. Funny how this turned into a damn sex conversation. Funny. Yeah. What'd you say?
It turned BDSM real quick.
Video sim, what is that? I forgot.
BDSM.
Oh, BDSM. I thought you said video sim. All right, cool. It was funny. Okay, somebody told me, and I hate to even throw it back to this, but I am switching gears from the BDSM. Somebody told me last night. Well, last night I know you were on the Lapeef Network, and somebody said that you were they described it. They described it in a way to where they basically. I'm trying to remember exactly what was said, but basically you were the star of the show. You were the star of the show, and it was a lot of moments on there. A lot of moments on there where something was said, and the whole panel blew up over something you said. And I know that's too broad because it was like probably a damn 4-hour stream. But
Yeah, slander.
what'd you say?
That's slander.
That's slander. Okay, so
Yeah. I
you
wasn't
wasn't
rage
over there.
quitting.
You wasn't over there making nobody blow a gasket or saying nothing
Absolutely
crazy.
not.
Oh
Absolutely
my
not.
goodness, you sound like you lying.
Absolutely not.
That
So what
sounds
was
like
happening was we were having conversations. They would ask us our opinions. When we give them, they would give us pushback, but they expected us to change our mind, I guess, by the time they gave their opinion. And since we did not, I was fine with us agreeing to disagree. But they're saying this is what's wrong with the Black community. And I'm like,
what was one of your most egregious positions from their perspective? And we'll
okay.
let you know how bad it was or if it was bad at all. What was one of your most egregious takes that you had on there?
The longest thing that we were stuck on was Black people should not be giving Black China any grace or praise for her deciding that she wants to get baptized, take the stuff out of her body, stop doing OnlyFans, change her life around, turn to God. I believe if we can accept murderers doing that and rapists, then why can't we accept a prostitute doing that? And they were just so upset about that. But I was like, that makes sense to me. And they were like, God doesn't want the worst of us. God wants all of us, in my opinion. So these type of arguments, we don't have to get to an agreement on them, in my opinion.
What was the
Well, if you
argument
take
more
the
so?
God part out of it, my bad. If you take the God part out of it, and we're asking if society should forgive, I don't think that society should forgive murderers, quite personally, and especially if you dip them in water. So, like, and as far as Black China, listen, it's not a matter. People like that, whether you want to or not, should be condemned for a very long time. And that's to make an example for young ladies to not behave in such a way. Even if you in your heart forgive her, you can't be seen as forgiving her because then you'll be setting a bad precedent for the future whores of America. So, you want to avoid that.
But don't you think we've been shaming Black China for her antics for a long time now? So
Not
now
long
that
enough.
she's finally
Ask
turned,
ask a 19-year-old if they think she was a boss bitch.
they're
Like, and
babies. We
if
don't
the
know.
answer is yes, no, if the answer is yes, then she didn't receive enough shame. Like, we used to have letters. We used to have letters for bitches like that we made them wear, and walk around town and walk around the village with. Like, we used to make them do that.
Okay. I understand your stance, but if she has that influence with the 19-year-olds, I'm thinking her changing over, just like Kim trying to change her life over, is going to give that girl less of a reason to stay in that lifestyle. If she decided, she's 19, she decided, I want to start an OnlyFans too. She's probably just started it. She can easily turn around and come back to the light like a lot of women end up doing. So I just
No,
don't see
but
it as something
what you're
unique.
saying, to that 19-year-old is I can get my OnlyFans money and then retire my vagina at whatever age China is, and society will accept me after that. That's what you're saying.
It depends on what you're doing on there, to be honest. If you're on there just taking lingerie pictures, I really feel like there is coming back from that. If you're on there just promoting things, I really feel like you can come back from that. If you're on there doing threesomes and doggy style and anal and all that,
It's
it's really
funny.
hard to come back from that
It's funny
real
how
quickly.
women always set the bar at whatever it is that they will do. Long as you don't go above that, you're good. It's like
Because
the chick
lingerie pictures you see in
the chick
magazines.
the chicks who's having sex on there, she will say, well, as long as it's only with your boyfriend, then it's okay. Well, the chick who's married and she's having sex on OnlyFans with her husband, well, as long as it's with your husband, then it's okay. It's like however far this woman is willing to go, that's the bar. Anything slightly above that, oh, that's too far. No, hell, no. See, those are the holes over there that's unforgivable. But the shit that I do on OnlyFans, oh no, that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty normal. Like, you do as much as you're comfortable doing, so you wouldn't advocate for somebody going beyond that, right? Because then you're like, "Wait, don't go that far. People might label you this." So, I wouldn't go there if I were you. I can't advocate to somebody to do something that I'm not willing to do. What? I think that's fair.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean, it makes
Man,
sense. Like, if she has a set of morals that, everything that's not in her set would be considered immoral, that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, there's internal logic in that, but it is a
Mm.
framework of an argument that basically says that you
Everybody
can do
beneath me is a hoe. Yeah.
you can do OnlyFans and it's okay. Nobody should judge you unless you're getting gang banged on OnlyFans. But if it was just one-to-one sex with one guy on OnlyFans, then that's no big deal. I mean, everybody have sex, so what's the difference with just a camera right there? But as long as he's
There's
not getting gang banged and doing a gang bang anal scene, then no, that's not bad. It's like it's just it's a sliding scale of whoredom to where it's okay to be a hoe long as you're it's okay to be in a hoe long as you're being an equal or lesser hoe than me. But if you go one notch above me on the hoe scale, then that's the unforgivable
too
bitch.
far.
No,
There's some women that believe if you are on OnlyFans and you're single, there's nothing you can do no wrong on there because you're single. You're single, you're not married,
Mhm.
so you can do whatever on there. I think that's a setup because these pictures, these images, these videos are going to be stuck on the internet forever. So you don't want that out there if that's not what you're about. That's why I can't advocate for you doing whatever just because you're single. That doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense to some women, so I can't really talk any sense into them. They don't want to hear from me. Just
Hey,
like y'all
Bernard,
don't
let
want
me
to
ask you
hear
this.
my point.
Let me ask you this. Say if you're single, right? And you're walking by minding your own business, and an attractive woman says, hey, I just got a request and I need a penis for my OnlyFans. You don't have to show your face. Would you provide?
Um,
He's thinking on it. He's gonna do it.
no, because I mean there's been I probably wouldn't put it like this. If I'm going to do anything on OnlyFans, I'm going to be at the top, not sexual position. I mean, I'm going to run it, operate it, manage it. I have no desire to be a prop in somebody else's machine that they're using to make money. So for that reason, the answer would be no. Probably more than likely it'd be no. But
So
then again,
so so you're in a studio right
hold on,
now, right?
wait.
And there's a studio next to you where she's doing her OnlyFans. And you walk out and she says, "Hey, you with the vest? Come on. I got a $500 request. I'll give you 250. You just got to stand there and present penis."
Well, I don't care about the 250. Well, okay. For the sake of argument, I'll say yeah. Because I'm if I get out of if I separate my business mindset from it and just say a hot chick is offering me some pussy, will I take it? Yes. Okay, I'll take it. And as long as my face not gonna be seen, okay, sure, fine.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
that's the difference
Now
between
what?
men and women.
Now what?
No, I'm not saying that. We're talking about morality, right? We're gauging morality, and that's why I wanted to bring the men's angle on it. Like, is that part of your morality?
Yeah,
But they don't
and
think it's immoral for men to have sex.
this is where my male bias comes in. I don't even look at it in terms of morality like
Okay, well,
that.
I'll tell you something that's not on my list of morality. That's a hard limit for me, and I've been asked. Um, so a white couple that consists of an attractive woman ask you to buck his wife.
Yeah, I've turned down that offer. I've gotten that offer and I rejected it. Yes.
Okay, so that's the line of morality. That's my line of morality too. Like it's not my thing.
Yeah,
I
but
know that he gets off on that shit. So yeah, I don't want to participate.
Hmm.
yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but I'm what I'm just speaking to is just the notion, the idea that women will only hold women will only hold other women accountable right when a woman gets one notch. That's if they're going to hold a woman accountable. Her whoredom or debauchery has to be just one notch above hers. It's like that's pretty much like they tell on themselves about what they do or what they're willing to do based off the type of stuff that they give a pass to. So basically The chick that's on OnlyFans that's just dressed scantily clad, maybe a splash of nudity, that's okay. That's not a big problem. And the chick that's on there, actually showing her vagina, okay, that might be okay. That might be a problem. But if she's actually having sex, then that's a problem. And I say, if you're on OnlyFans, you're in that business. You're in that business. And actually, I think about it, it's a conversation we had on Fight Club that if you have an OnlyFans page and you can say, I'm just there showing lingerie. I'm just showing my feet.
Sex work.
I'm just showing my feet. It's still sex work. And if somebody offered the right amount of money, you probably will do more if somebody offered that right amount of money. But in the meantime, they're going to criticize the bar of whoredom one notch above the amount of whoredom that they're willing to whore around in. That's all I'm getting at. That's all I'm getting at.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You got it.
I think that that's really an unfair thing to say. Like, everybody has a price for something that they don't want to do, but will do it because they're getting paid to do it. Even so far as the job that you're doing at work. I don't want to be a plumber, but they're paying me this much money. I'm going to be a plumber. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of disingenuous to act like, oh, on this side, I understand that nobody wants to touch other people's shit or have shit sprayed on them. But on this side, I don't understand that she doesn't want to do whatever anybody asks, but she might do it if the price is right situation. Most people will do something if the price is right. I thankfully haven't had that experience where I had to get pushed to the limit while I was on OnlyFans. They were just excited that I was there.
There's normal jobs, where I'm at a point in my life where if I had to, I would go and I would clean toilets if that's what I had to do to put food on the table for my kids. I would clean toilets. However, there's normal jobs that somebody can say, no, I won't do that. But it's not, there's no level of judgment or being degraded or people finding out about it or society judging you, and then you have to do, like, what was the celebrity that's they got dipped in some water and now all the stuff that she did, well, let's say Black China.
That's who we were talking about last time.
Yeah, when you're in whatever business Black China was in, to where everybody the society just sees her as an outright hoe, and then she got splashed and got some holy water splashed on her, and now everything is washed away. That's a different conversation than somebody talking about I'm kind of down bad, but so I'm gonna scrub toilets for a living. That's a different thing. So that's the thing. That's the two things that you're conflating.
They'll pay a lot less for one than they will for the other. So depending on how down bad you are, if you're into drugs, if you're into gambling, some people have a lot more that they need to make up than just the rent. So I can't really say I have the luxury of, when I did my OnlyFans, I was in the military. So I've always been getting a stable paycheck. I didn't need to do anything outside of my comfort zone for a penny. I just wanted extra money so I could get boobs. So we had different levels, but there are some women that are on OnlyFans to pay their rent, to feed their kids, blah, 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 blah. Those women, I can't say what they should and shouldn't do to feed their kids, because my kids gonna eat. The military got that. We gonna have a house. The military got that. So I can't judge somebody for not being in a situation that I'm in.
Well, to be fair, if we lived in a different country, that's one thing. But there's plenty of jobs for women who are OnlyFans capable. Like if you don't see many women who could be doing OnlyFans homeless. And this is before the invention of OnlyFans. Like, if you're attractive enough for OnlyFans, you're attractive enough to be a hostess at a restaurant, or or a bottle girl at a club or something like that. Come on now. To be fair,
these girls on OnlyFans are not necessarily what you would think is attractive.
Then they're not getting any money for it, so they're not doing it for the money. I don't have an OnlyFans.
As long as
I didn't know it was a bunch of ugly bitches getting rich, but maybe I'm wrong.
There are some big girls that I wouldn't say are pretty, that are making real money doing some really kinky stuff. They're making money on
girls. Aren't women. Like I'm talking about,
big girls aren't women.
Yeah, fat women aren't women.
That's the majority of the U.S. is fat women. Most of the women in the U.S. are fat.
Yeah, I know that.
So obviously they have clientele. Like,
no, they don't. No. The men who are on OnlyFans are probably there because there's so many fat women in the U.S. Like,
No,
it's the only time you could see a not fat woman. Like, they're paying to see
no.
not fat women.
They have BBW porn or
Yeah, I mean,
porn.
but
Sorry.
that's for like fetishes and stuff like that.
Exactly. So
But
they
okay,
like these
I'm not,
big
listen.
girls
I'm
on
not talking
there.
about that. Okay, don't become somebody's unique niche fetish. Because you're dealing with a very
Oh,
small market. You know, all the fat ass women in the world. And there are very few guys who fetishizes fat women, and most of
some of
them
them
are
like
just
feet.
with fat women because it's the majority. You know,
Yeah,
it,
some of them
it's
just show their feet on there and they
yeah.
make a grip of money. Exactly. You're saying, yeah, but
No,
there's a big market for feet fetish. So
no,
it's like,
I get that. I get that.
it
You know,
depends on what you want to see on there. These women will, someone will do what they need to
I'm
do,
I'm
especially
I'm
if they're
saying that
unattractive.
it's not in a woman's best interest to be fat.
I
That's what I'm
agree with
saying.
you. I agree with
Especially
you.
if you are a sex worker of any type. Your vagina is significantly worth less than everybody else's vagina in the world. That's what I'm saying, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And that's what I mean. They're
But I'm not
significantly.
sleeping with a fat bitch, so I can't really. I'll only sleep with
Well,
a
you
woman that's in shape.
understand that their vagina is worth less.
Wait a minute. She's sitting there advocating for fat women, but then she's bisexual for those who made it in late. She's bisexual. She's sitting here advocating for fat women, but like, hey, I ain't sleeping with no fat bitch. Then I mean, so that
Yeah, I'm saying there's plenty of men that will, so I can't judge them. I'm not doing it. I'm not advocating for you to get fat. I'm advocating for you to get
I'm
like
not
me,
either.
get fit, get fine. But they aren't gonna listen to me. I've always been skinny. They don't care what I say. You have to have gone from fat to skinny to have a word with them.
Well, I mean, I think they do it because it's so many of them out there, and like once you cross that line of morality, then it's like, okay, I've already been with a fat chick, and I told myself that she was just thick or something. So you just tell yourself that each and every single time that you get with a fat chick afterwards, because you're playing the numbers. But the truth of the matter, fellas, that you need to know is that it's not actual sex when it's with a fat woman. You're putting your penis between pressed together thighs. You're not in a vagina. You're not. It's not sex. They don't count. So if you've only been with fat women, you're an incel. Like that's the thing. It don't count as sex. It's enhanced masturbation at best. So yeah.
So okay, so fat women don't have any miles on their pussy.
They don't have a pussy as far as I'm concerned. Like they don't
Doesn't
count
make
as women. So yeah.
So they're the versions of the world because they fat. So once they lose that weight, they could say they don't have any partners because they were only fucking while they were fat.
Okay, then yeah. I mean, if you get like a
They're just
newly
giving whole
slimmed,
passes to fat
if you
girls.
get a newly slimmed fat woman, then you are doing better in life. Yes.
Oh my
did you did
god,
you
that's ridiculous.
did you catch that? She said you giving whole passes to fat girls.
He
No, I'm
is.
not, because
Yes,
they're
he
not
is.
regular.
It's so normal.
They're
They're
not
more
regular. They're
regular
not
than
having.
me.
Okay, you're putting your penis between pressed together thighs. You're not actually penetrating them. I
Oh
don't know
my
the science
god.
of fat fucking, but I do know that there's no way to get to a vagina like that.
It depends on your size. Is this a size thing?
That's what fat is. It's a size.
I'm talking about the penis size.
No. No, the thighs are pressed together. Like how are they getting it? And I got a feeling that they piss on their thighs all the time. Everything is wrong with fat chicks.
Oh my
All right.
I don't know.
Backing up a little bit. Backing up a little bit. I've Black China, because I don't be following. I need to follow these celebrities a little better. But what all have she actually done? Okay, wasn't she the chick that was like in a relationship with that damn the
Kardashian Rob
Kardashian dude? Oh, okay, she was with the
and Tyga,
okay,
who's
all
also
right.
Kylie Jenner's baby daddy. So they were all messing with each other, I
All right,
guess.
what all did she do that apparently is questioned and on the table as far as her going and finding a lort and getting saved and whatnot?
She did.
What all was she doing before that? I honestly don't know nothing about her.
She had a show with Rob, and on the show, she was just crashing out all the time, calling him, cursing him out, screaming at him, hitting him. She was just very violent, very
Oh, she was
aggressive.
in a violent
They were always
relationship.
drunk. Yeah, she was always on something. Like she was just always, I don't know what it was. It might have been alcohol, it might have been drugs, but she was always on something. And then most recently, she was like accused of trying to traffic this girl allegedly.
Oh,
And this
Explain
girl was
that. Explain
explaining
traffic. What do you mean traffic
like
her?
she she claimed that she came to her house to see her and she was trying to get her to go sleep with another guy when that wasn't what she came there for, like sex trafficking her. And
So
I
she came.
was
Hold on. Like she went to a chick house to try to get a chick to go to another guy house to sleep with another guy.
was the other
No, a
guy in a
woman
different
went to
state?
her house. A woman went to her house and she was there with China and she was trying allegedly. And she was allegedly trying to get her to sleep with this guy, trying to get this guy to come over here to sleep with her. And she wasn't down for that.
That
But
doesn't sound like sex trafficking.
well,
That
it's under the
sounds.
false premise of you weren't there under the guise that you were gonna have sex. So that's fraudulent. That's the same
Okay.
thing that
She
basically
invited
Nobody
somebody.
is. That's weird.
It sounds
Nobody's
like
ever
she.
like, you know, when you say Netflix and chill, the person could turn back and say, "Oh, I didn't know chill meant sex." Like,
yeah. But that's different. She wasn't going over to a guy's house expecting not to have sex. She was going over to China's house not knowing about some random guy that wanted to come over to have sex
so China was trying to set them up, but she still had the right to say no.
for
Like,
money.
oh yeah, now that
Oh,
is. I'm
okay.
not gonna say sex trafficking, but
Now
that
you
is
added.
wrong. That is wrong. The oldest bitch I fucked, I turned out the chick that introduced us got paid for it. You're right. That's fucked up.
See? It
That's
is
fucked
messed
up.
up.
It is. It is.
I feel
Yeah.
for you, game changer.
You got sympathy for a male who was what's the word?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
whatever.
do.
Used.
Yes.
I was fucking used, Bernard. And
Yeah.
yeah, because I wouldn't have did it. Fuck. See,
See?
they're disgusting people out there. And so yeah, I know what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And she was
Pablo.
broken. Bitch had the audacity to say, "Oh no, you can't move my arm that way." She was like 42. She was like, you can't move my arm that way, and saying all kind of fucking kinks and breaks and shit that I couldn't do. And then afterwards, when I was running water through the condom, she said, "No need, I can't have any more kids." What the fuck?
That turned you off that she couldn't have kids no more?
You
She's
damn
in her
right.
40s.
The point of having sex is to get a chick pregnant or to try not to get her pregnant. The whole thing is fucked up there.
Oh, because there was no chance of you getting her pregnant. So you didn't like that.
It's no risk.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very reckless.
No, I like knowing that I'm not reckless. I'm not out getting chicks pregnant, but I do like knowing that it's an egg there. I like knowing that I'm trying not to get her pregnant. I just do. The whole thing, I was maybe like 29, 30. So to me, she was the oldest bitch alive, and I did it. I did it for a friend, and then she turned around and charged the bitch.
Damn. Did she give you a cut? Sorry.
No, she didn't give me a cut. She actually she didn't. Okay, so she charged her in money. Okay, here's the thing. She was a dame, right?
Okay.
So we had an arrangement, and that arrangement was because people have a tendency, gay people have a tendency to be attracted to straight people.
Mm-hmm.
So I would get guys in my inbox, and her thing was to say, when you get a guy in your inbox, send them her way. And then because she's straight also, when she gets women in her inbox, she send them my way. So that was our arrangement.
Yeah, I must have been on one of those websites.
We were on a website, yeah.
Yeah, one of those kink finder BDSM websites or something.
Yeah, that's exactly how that went down. But the thing was
you needed to explain that, because what everybody heard is that gay dudes see your Instagram pictures and they gaydar just make them want to slide into your DM. That's what everybody heard.
No, I don't Instagram. No,
it don't matter.
No,
I'm helping you.
On the site, that's what they do. They, for whatever reason, they see that a man is straight and they don't give a shit, and they come into the thing anyway. They come into the inbox anyway.
This easy to understand, because there's a lot of men that are, there's not a lot. There's men that are closeted, so they need to test to see if you're one of those closeted men you're not going to put it out there that you like men. So they have to say, hey,
Yeah,
interested?
I see why on one of those websites that they would do that,
Yeah.
but it would be problematic if they would just scroll in Facebook and saw his picture and just like, oh, and then like hold on, like that. Yeah, that would mean that their gaydar is picking up on specifically your picture. But if it's one
No.
of those type of websites, then that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Yeah, because those back page BDSM kink finder websites, yeah, it's all
Well,
kind of
I
shit
think
going on there.
Backpage is a thing, though. I think Backpage is for hookers. This wasn't that.
Well, no,
Oh,
not
yeah.
back. I didn't know what to call the shit. I didn't know what to call the shit. But yeah,
No, but it was a kink website. This was a long time ago. I was in my 20s. But the point was
I
that
don't think you above a kink website right now. So don't even say you was in your 20s. You
no,
still
He was
I'm not.
young.
yeah. Game Changer just hit us with the I was young and
No, I'm
dumb
just
and
saying it was a long time ago. So I don't know like what Backpages is or was. I'm just saying like what the internet climate was different is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I understand.
Yeah. But my point was that I did it for future access to younger women. See, just like I had that problem, she had that problem. And every now and again, a woman would come her way and she was supposed to throw them to me. Now, the first chick that she threw to me just so happened to be old and broken and shit and missing eggs. So I was like, okay, I'll do this just to keep the arrangement going. But she was charging. She was charging for my dick. And that shit, I don't play that shit. So I never seen either of them again. And I don't really mess with like dames anymore like that. Fucked up people.
Mm-hmm. All right, real quick. Pablo just sent me something. We was talking about the OnlyFans, and RM drop that support/donate thing down because I need to read this. Pablo just sent me something about an OnlyFans chick, excuse me, that had a breakdown of some sort. So I'm going to on the fly read this and see what the hell is going on. It says, I hate when fake ass, well-meaning people try to just gonna put up your OnlyFans pic right there on the side. Okay, I see what you did. Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh my God,
I'm just
that's my
playing. I'm just
normal pic.
playing.
That's
I'm
how I
just
am,
playing. That's
guys.
your. I know. That's your. Yeah. That's on your Instagram. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
But says I hate when fake ass well-meaning people try to console me or tell me to be safe or be careful or give unsolicited advice. I've been taking care of myself my entire adult life, and weren't none of you motherfuckers there when I was homeless, living in the mountains. God damn, the mountains, really? Oh, living in the mountains out of a tent in my car with my child and puppy. It's so weird to funny and sad at the same time when homeless people be having a dog. I just like yeah, it's just dog is a lot of responsibility and a lot to take care of. When a homeless person got a dog, I just like anyway. If you really want to make a difference, send me money. Send me money to my Cash App. Buy some of my content. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Support my grind, or don't. Either way is fine. But whatever you do, please shut the fuck up when it comes to telling me a motherfucking thing. Pablo, you said that was an OnlyFans chick having a breakdown. That really wasn't a breakdown.
It's a slight breakdown, but it's really insightful. It's really insightful the extent insightful, excuse me, the extent that women will go through to not follow traditionalism. There are plenty of like vanilla guys out there that would and I don't know what she looked like and don't really care because niggas have no standards nowadays. So there are plenty of vanilla guys out there that would take her in for a stable source of pussy and her kid and her dog.
Yeah.
Now she's not taking them up on that offer because she feels a certain degree of independence in that tent with the kid and the dog. I do not feel sorry for that, Like, I mean, because what you're doing is, you're doing it for freedom. You're doing it for the feeling of freedom so you could feel liberated and stuff like that. Well, that costs, Like, I'm not free from my job, and if your job just so happens to be some housewife to a guy who would be, paying you on OnlyFans, then and you're turning down the job. You're turning down a job that's available to you as a woman.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think I don't think you're understanding what she's saying. I think she's saying, I am completely fine with this choice I've made.
Yeah,
I'm
she
sick
is.
of you guys telling me to stop being fine with this choice I have made. And I resonate a lot with that because it's the same with me and the clothes I decide to wear on here. I
Mhm.
get told every time I'm on a panel that I need to stop showing my breasts. And I'm not going to stop showing my breasts. And if you don't want to see
Well,
me on
okay,
there,
wait a minute. Okay, well, to me, you're not even showing them. Like that's not like okay. So if you're going to sit here and say I'm going to show my breast, then your camera need to be lower. I'm
I
thinking
have
I'm
the computer
I'm
raised.
thinking you were deliberately trying not to show them because you get
No.
you get paid to show them. But 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 anyway, um I'm being told by RM. Well, put it like we'll just settle this like this. Drop the link to your IG in the back chat because I think the IG link that RM got is not the right one. So drop the link to your IG in the back chat, and then RM will. That's not your IG, or
It
maybe
is.
that Joy. That is not an Instagram. Okay, I'm old or something because that don't look like an Instagram handle.
Yeah, that's my name, Joy J13.
Okay, so I guess if you type in Joy J13, then you'll find it,
You
and
gotta
then
put
you
the
could.
ad on there.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was like Fantasy Girl Island or something.
No, that was my old OnlyFans one that I didn't even realize was still up. That night that you came on the panel was when I realized that it was still on there because they were like, "Don't you have another Instagram?" I was like, "No." And they're like, "Are you sure? What about this one?" So then I went to it, I was like, "Oh, this is my old thing." And I would have been deleted this when I deleted my OnlyFans if I would have known it was still up. So I deleted it that night. In
Okay.
hindsight, I should have kept it and changed the content on there. But instead, I deleted it because I was like, I don't even use this.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that is it. So yeah. All right. Yeah. At Joy J13. Okay. Cool. 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 Cool.
I
Cool.
do get why people are upset. Not particularly at you, but at the sight of titties. Certain titties. I do understand why that happens from
Can
time
you
to
help
time,
me
especially the men.
explain? Explain.
Hmm?
Can you help me understand
Well,
why
okay,
they're
I'm not saying yours, but there are some. Listen. Okay, so I honestly say, like, listen, are you gonna fuck me? Like, why are they there? Why are they there? You why? Okay, I get pissed from time to time. I'm in the gym minding my own business, and some chick, she makes it a point to put her ass or titties right in front of my purview, and
Mhm.
do stretching. And like, are you gonna suck my dick? Like,
Probably
why
not.
are you there doing that, knowing that you're not gonna suck it? Like, what is your purpose of doing that?
So are you
Attention.
are you saying are you saying that they're mad at her because she's like visually harassing them with her titties?
No, I'm not. Well, I'm not saying her in particular. However, I am saying that that does exist.
Visual harassment.
I
Okay.
Well,
Put it like this. I
I
think
understand you.
that does exist at the workplace. Like, don't come
yeah,
in.
and at the
Even
workplace
Jordan.
too.
Even well, no, I think specifically at the workplace. In other areas, I don't care as much. I do understand your gym thing because they go out like the gym outfits are just ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
like
It's pulled all up the butt crack.
yeah, they
And the
literally could
bitches with hair
they could
down to
get
their
to
ass, knowing it could be caught in the machine, they don't even put it in a ponytail. You know you there to be looked at.
yeah,
Yeah.
You're
like
not
they could
taking this serious. You're not here to work out.
yeah. So
So
I
yeah, I get
understand it.
pissed at that.
I understand
You
what
get
they
pissed
there
at it?
for. They come there dressed like that, and then when somebody look at them for more than 2 seconds, they like, oh my god. Or if you say something to them, they act like you snuck up on them in a dark alley, but they came in with the workout outfit that's literally made. You can see it when they buy that shit because you barely can buy that shit in just regular stores. You have to go on the internet and seek out the specific workout outfit that is designed with special threads and seams to ride up the crack of your ass to make it look just right.
Yes.
When
And
you
I
when
don't
you
like those women.
when you do all of that and when you do all of that just to go to the gym, when a guy at the gym try to talk to you, you can reject him, but you don't get to respond like he snuck up on you in an alley or some shit.
I
So
completely agree.
yeah, so I get that part at the gym and specifically at the workplace because all the the a guy could get fired for saying the wrong thing to a woman at the job.
Sexual
But okay,
harassment.
so yeah, so why she coming to work? Why she coming to work in tall heels and all that damn makeup and cleavage and spraying too much perfume and doing all that shit to just look extra sexy at the job. I mean, Jordan Peterson was right when he did. I think he's the one who coined the phrase. If I look at you too long, I'm sexually harassing you in some way, but you are visually harassing me because there's no practical reason for the job that you got to do in that cubicle for you to do to display all those sexual cues. They got rosy red cheeks and rosy lips and wearing heels that make your pelvic toot up some, like it's all yeah. So I get it. The push up bra, the whole thing, the whole works. Chicks be working in damn cubicles wearing body shapers and shit. It's ridiculous. But so yeah. At work they are visually harassing. They're asking for men to give them the attention that can make that man lose his job. Well, he need to have self-control. Don't give her that attention. No, how about y'all make some rules to say this chick can't come in here dressed like she trying to get bent over that damn cubicle? How about that? But anyway,
Do you believe that there's grace given to pretty or attractive women at work?
at church and work, yeah.
Exactly. So wouldn't it make sense that if you're a conventionally unattractive woman, not man, y'all don't need to be attractive, but if you're a conventionally not unattractive woman, it would make sense for you to do as much as possible to get grace and favor from your coworkers and your boss
Even if that
at
means
work.
being sexual, you could work harder. You could do a better job than everybody else, but show more titties, but then complain when the wrong person acknowledge them.
You're
That's
not
kind of
getting that
fucked
pretty
up.
privilege. It's not the same. I'm talking about the specific
I
pretty
don't,
Well,
I
the
don't
privilege
pretty,
give
you
the
grace
get.
and
pretty,
mercy at
the
work.
pretty, the pretty woman, she flaunts her prettiness. I mean, she's not just going to get out, just roll out of bed and just come to work. No, she takes the time to do herself up too. But so if you're saying the ugly women got to come to
They
work
gotta
with a
compete
shorter
with that.
skirt, she got to come to work with a shorter skirt and more titties. I mean, the way that she's trying to the way that she's trying to outcompete the prettier woman is to be more sexual. Then I don't think she is on good grounds can say anything if somebody comes at her in a semi-sexual way. I don't think she
I
can say
agree with
anything.
you. I agree with
Okay,
you.
then.
I think
Uh,
that's fake outrage. You're looking for
all
that
right, but
attention.
you're still the same person who was advocating for Tiger Woods' ex-girlfriend to be able to take millions from him. So you okay with, even if it's an unfair
I said a
situation, that
fraction
you
of.
you're okay even if it's an unfair situation. You're okay with that woman coming up financially, even though you're saying I agree, but take their money if they say something about your titties.
No, I only wanted him to give her money because of the way that he put her out. You're not allowed to do that. You can sue anybody for doing that. So it's like
I'm
you
not I'm
can't just
not
put
specifically
people out with
talking
no
about
notice.
I'm not. Yes, you can. Well, that's another
No,
debate.
you can't.
But
You
but
have
I
tenant
know
rights.
I'm specifically speaking to the notion that I know how you think, and you advocate for women to just come up in the situation, and if she got to stick it to the company and get some money up out of them because some dude said something to her titties that she wore on purpose so she can compete,
I
you
think
okay
that's
with that?
fake. No, I'm not okay with that because
You
I
so
think
so
that's
so
fake
you're saying
outrage.
she
If
shouldn't
you're
take
not
the
getting
money
money,
at the
she
beginning of the
shouldn't.
show. At the beginning of the show, you said people are going to push the envelope and try to get away with whatever
Yes.
they can get away with. That counts. Be
But
consistent
that's what I'm
then.
saying. She shouldn't be able to get any money for that. They should stop giving people money for sexual harassment when you just looked at somebody too long.
But long
You
as
just
it's there,
if you're not touching
but
somebody,
long hold on, but long as it's there, she should do it. She should try to get the money long as it's available.
no, I don't. I think they should be hurrying up and getting rid of that. There should be no money for that. There's
I
plenty of
know, but
things
what
that we
I'm
should be
I'm
paying
asking you
for.
something different. I'm saying the rule is on the books right now. She walk in
She's probably gonna do
wearing
it.
tall heels, short shorts, titties everywhere, wearing a waist trainer at the damn job at a cubicle,
Mhm.
being sexually provocative on purpose to compete and get a leg up on the competition. And then when somebody says something to her that she doesn't like, or she just decides she doesn't like it, and she could possibly sue the company or whatever, if that money is available for her to get it, you think she should get it, right? Right? Okay,
Yes,
so you
if
just
they
shot
didn't
your
want
own
you to do
argument.
that.
You just shot
No,
your own
I
argument in
don't
the
agree
foot.
with it. But obviously, I don't make the laws. So if they didn't want to pay somebody out for sexual harassment, they wouldn't do that. They want to pay people out for it. So who am I to say,
You
oh
said
yeah,
they
she
want
shouldn't
to
go get
pay
that
people
money?
out for it?
Yes, that's why they made it illegal. Why would they
Well,
make it
no,
illegal
they
for you to
made it to
sexually harass
illegal.
somebody?
They made it illegal to protect women without averaging into the equation how scandalous y'all are. That's what
That-
happened.
exactly. It's not protecting women because getting catcalled is not the end of the world. I know I'm not in agreement with women on that, but I think it's stupid to be upset when you get catcalled by a man when you know what you're wearing is going to make him aroused. That's the point. Or at least that's the point when I wear what I wear. I do it for attention from men, women. I want attention when I go out. I want everyone to know that I like this outfit. I think I look good in it, and I want compliments as I go out the door, which I'm used to
No,
getting. So it would be
I
fake
would.
for me to be like, "Oh, why are they always complimenting or why are they always talking about my breasts and my small waist and la la la?" That's stupid. You wanted them to do that. That's why you showed it.
Yeah,
No,
and yeah,
I'm talking about something different. I wouldn't
all
be mad. I wouldn't be mad because a woman could potentially get mad because you compliment them. I would be severely mad that you're not fucking me. If I see you, like if I see you in passing and you obviously dressed in a way to deliberately make me want to fuck you and you don't, and then it's not just about my penis.
wait a
It's about,
minute.
huh?
All of the penises, she should fuck all of
She's
them.
No,
not. Hold on,
I'm
wait.
not saying
Hold
she
on, wait,
should
wait,
fuck
wait,
all the
wait, wait, wait,
penises.
wait, wait,
I'm
wait.
saying there's
She's
something
not
about the
dressed in
mindset.
a
Listen,
way to
listen here,
make.
Bernard.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's something about the mindset. There's something about the mindset of a person who is getting geared up to walk around and not fuck anybody. Like that shit that shit's okay. So
Maybe
imagine a
she is
person.
fucking one person, but it's
No,
just
okay,
not
if
you
she's
and you don't
fucking
know who it
somebody,
is.
that's perfectly
That's what I was
fine. I'm
gonna
not
say.
upset.
Yeah.
As long as she's fucking somebody. Like as long as she's fucking somebody. Okay, for
But you
example,
don't know.
when I
You
was
don't know if she fucking something.
That's what I'm saying. How is
no,
She's.
that?
no. You
If
can
she.
tell. You can tell a unfucked bitch when you see one. You can you no, you can tell when they're not doing it, you know. But yeah, if she fucks somebody, then I'm perfectly fine, even if it's not me. You know, I'm perfectly fine. But as long as you are fucking somebody, or else what the hell are you doing? And that concept isn't just okay. So my dad took me when I was 21. My dad took me to a strip club in Texas, right? And and I didn't want to participate in giving the strippers any money or anything, right?
Okay.
So this one African stripper, you know, she was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Good question.
I was like, my dad bought me here. So my point is, I'm pissing them off for being there and not giving them money, and you pissing me off for having titties and not letting me suck them. Like that's the whole thing.
Wow.
I'm just saying at an
So yeah,
African strip at an
it's that
club
Wow.
they
concept.
at an African strip club they already walked in barefoot and naked, right?
No, she just it wasn't African. This was a Texas strip club. She just so happened to be
You said
African.
African. Oh, okay.
No, I say the girl just so happened to be African. I know from her
Oh.
accent.
Oh, I
I
thought
know
you
from
said
her
an
accent.
African
I'll never
strip club.
forget. And she's like, why fuck are you here? I was like, what the hell?
Why fuck are
No,
you
because
here?
I'm there, not giving up any money. Even though my dad was gonna spot me, I'm there, not giving up any money, just looking and what the fuck? They like, what the fuck? You just here and you're not benefiting me. So that's how I look at your titties. I'm sorry. It's like you just have them there and it's not benefiting me or anybody else here. So what the
But
fuck are you
having your
doing with your
titties,
titties out? That's
this
how I
is the
look at it.
thing. This is how I see it. For some men, looking at titties is relaxing. It helps them calm down. So I'm fine with them getting that calm down and relaxation from me. My voice is very attractive to some men, and my breasts are very attractive to some men. So if they will listen to me more by listening to me like this with my breasts out, I'm going to make sure that I do that for them. Whatever makes it
No, no,
easier for
no.
them
For
to
some
understand
for
and listen to
some
my
men, we
Will
message.
actually gotta
you
fuck you to relax. Okay, and you just
Oh,
showing
I'm
the titties
sorry.
is the like.
will
I
you
don't get
quit
relaxed from seeing
explaining
titties. I
these?
get relaxed from
that-
sucking them. Like what the hell?
That's
I
the
get relaxed from fucking
black
the woman that they
female
attached to.
She just explained the black female YouTube content strategy. But anyway, all right.
They claim they don't show their boobs. That's why they're so shocked at mine. I'm like, well, what you got them for? Girl, you better shut up, Jocelyn.
all right. Yeah, so that was weird. That was not weird. Let me just hold on. Wait, before I get into it. Before I get into it, Coach Ali Corner in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you coming on through. I've been meaning to hit you up. Been meaning to hit you up. I've been busy, and I'll be forgetting. But shout out to you. Shout out to you. In the building says happy Friday, good people. Shout out to BR in the panel and chat. Absolutely.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. You said you like to show your titties or have cleavage out, and your voice is very soothing to people, and you just want men to just hear your soothing voice and look at your titties like that. Like, okay, I mean
Yep.
that.
And still hear my points. So regardless of if my voice is soothing, they're still hearing my
No,
opposing views.
no, yeah.
Mhm.
Opposing views are fine. Opposing views are fine. I do like opposing views. I do like pushback, and you do, even though you say crazy shit, but you do a decent job. Do a decent job at providing pushback. But shout out to Clue, Big Boy, Coach Ali. Shout out to everybody supporting the stream. Do appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to everybody who has liked the stream thus far. I'm looking at something in the back. Hold on. It says, I have a theory on Black China and Tigger. I think they were both in cahoots to make the Kardashians a lick. Her through Rob, him through Kylie. Do you think that make any sense?
Yeah.
Because I don't know that much about that. That was RM's. Hopefully RM don't mind me saying it. That was her theory, but that was RM's theory in the back. In the back. I don't know that much about the story, but how does that make sense? Explain, how did that make sense? Captain Cisco is saying, "Yep, indeed." But all right, go ahead. I mean, well, I don't know if he's saying "yep" or "indeed" to that, but either way, how does that make
Now,
sense?
It's the Kardashians are very well-known, wealthy family in the celebrity world. So them being able to latch on through babies made them forever attached to the Kardashians. And while they were on their incline, they got to ride that wave. That's how her and Rob got their own show. So they were
Okay.
coming up off of being with these people. And even Tyga and Kylie, if they wouldn't have gotten into whole when did you start this situation, they probably could have wrote that thing out longer. But they just write off the name. The Kardashian name has a lot of, well, it used to. It's kind of falling off now, but it used to have a lot of clout attached to it.
Uh-huh. GC, you sound like you was about to jump in and say something.
well, I don't know anything about the Kardashians, so I wasn't going to say anything on that. I did have
Oh
something
yeah, no.
else I was going
The
to
hell
say.
with that. Yeah, hell.
Want to do a slight segue, if I may, because I was looking at Instagram and something came up, and this might be the first actually Instagram thing that I liked in my life, and I put it in the back, and
Oh, did you
it
now?
kind of.
Oh, okay, now see. Oh wow,
Yeah, so you see it?
I saw this too, and I'm really shocked that you are fond of this, but we'll
Well, it talks about what we were talking about before, and that is, what is the
I
whore
think. Oh,
line?
wait. Yeah. Just hold. I mean, well, no. Go ahead and talk. And
Okay.
I'm trying to
No,
get
so
it ready to
it
go.
talks about the whore line, like what is too much of a whore versus not. Now, I will say this when it comes to, like, because I've always complimented Chloe Bailey. I always complimented Chloe Bailey, and there's much to compliment in her because I'm a lip man. I am a lip man.
Yes.
And however, as far as marriage goes, Haley, the younger one, is more marriageable. She is more wifeable, and it has everything to do with Chloe's presentation of herself.
Mhm.
So the thing that attracts me to Chloe also puts me away and make her less wifey material. See, it's the Madonna whore complex, and
Okay.
oddly enough, the Madonna and the whore just so happen to be in the same damn family. But
All
I
right. So
will
this is.
say
Let
that
me. I'll go ahead.
go for it.
No, I was about to play the clip, but you thought I heard you finish up. But go ahead, finish up.
Yeah.
My bad.
So Captain Cisco says lip man. Yes, I like full lips. like Eve, Megan Good, Kerry Washington. I am a lip man. I like women with full lips. The glossier, the better. This is what I like. You know, it's not a foot fetish or anything. I like lips. It's on their face. I love it. You know, and Chloe Bailey has them. And Haley don't. However, if you look at it from a Madonna horror standpoint, Haley is the Madonna. She's the Disney princess, and Chloe is the whore. You know, and it does make her less wifeable.
And so this is the clip that you said you liked.
Oh, she's holding her. Ariel's her favorite.
The caption in it, because I don't even got the caption there, because I just uploaded the video real fast, but it was saying Haley Bailey became emotional while meeting this young Disney fan. Said something. One of the clips, it was talking about how the girl wouldn't let her. Okay, now I saw this clip and it was a whole caption and story behind it, but now this ain't the one with the caption and story. But anyway, so Game Changer liked the game. This is the first thing Game Changer ever liked on Instagram. Interesting.
It's the most beautiful thing.
Oh, look at her. Nina Rose.
Yeah, you see how motherly and stuff like that she looks?
Yeah.
So you look at this and you want her lips to kiss your baby, and you want her sister's lips for something else.
Sure.
No, it's true.
I get it.
It's true.
It
appeals to a different portion of a man's nature, is what I'm getting at. You know, and I think that more women should strive. Don't get me wrong. I have my desires towards Chloe, but I do feel that more women should strive, you know, in everything that they do to be more Haley. That's all I'm saying.
See, I think the same, but I'm a contradiction because I have the luxury of having a man that wants to marry me dressed like a thought, right? But I know that's not the norm. So I can't advocate for women to just be like me because I feel like that's a setup. Like there's probably not too many men out there who are all right with their woman coming up openly saying, I want male attention in this way and be okay with that, and female attention in this way and be okay with that. So it's a setup to say, oh, you should do it too. I'm doing it. You should do it too. Not everybody can do what you do sometimes. Sometimes what you're doing is unacceptable for everybody. So I think we should be pushing people to be like Haley, like you're saying, even though Chloe does something for me. She just does. But Haley, she's the one that's probably going to get married. And Chloe, she's probably going to be going through relationships like a lot of these very sexual artists are.
Well, I do think that men will propose to Chloe. Your penis will compel you to propose to Chloe until you meet Haley.
Yeah,
you know, like I could picture me with Chloe, and then when we're at Disneyland, and then her sister is just holding like a toddler because she's the Little Mermaid and stuff, and you're like, oh shit. What am I doing? I'm saying that Haley makes Chloe looks like a whore. That's what I'm saying. And if you are in the relationship with Chloe, you just think that you're with a beautiful woman with spectacular lips. But the moment that Madonna comes, you start thinking different. That's what I'm saying. Haley, somebody say, who's Haley? Haley she plays the Little Mermaid. She plays the new black Little Mermaid.
Oh, it's Halle. It's Halle. Like Halle Berry is Halle.
Oh, I've been calling her the wrong thing because her sister got sexy lips. I've been
calling
her
the wrong thing because she the one, because she ain't the one clapping her ass, so you don't know her name.
I don't know it well. Yeah, you're right.
Halle.
You're right. But
you won't even know your name if you're not slutty.
Yeah.
Huh? You okay? So you say it's Halle?
It's Halle, like Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Okay. So
well, really, Halle kind of just got grown, like not like Chloe been grown and popping ass for a while. Halle,
they're only like 2 years apart.
They're like 2 or 3.
Okay, how old is I think the oldest one is like only like 22.
Yeah, and she's like 19.
Yeah, I mean, they started out as kids. So, I mean, there is a grace period when you go from people seeing you as a kid to now you got your ass out. I mean, it is a grace period with celebrities with that. Like Chloe just made that leap real fast. But basically, Chloe, essentially, operated like she got to present like a hoe in order to be relevant, but Chloe showed that, like, Chloe right now getting that little mermaid part, that's kind of bigger than anything that I mean, Holly getting that mermaid part, that's bigger than anything Chloe got going on. So she kind of showed you don't got to present like a hoe to make it or be relevant, but once you start doing that, you stuck in that. You got to stay in that. But Holly got a real career that ain't got nothing to do with whoredom or presenting like one, at least. So
Well, I think that they
They were
both
on
applied,
Blacklist.
but Haley got it. And then Chloe, and then that's when the whole, I'm gonna get mines from Chloe came, and that's when she started dressing different.
They were on Grownish together for a while.
Yeah, they were on
her
Grownish, and they were
the
twins on
sister.
Grownish.
Exactly. So then Haley decided she wanted to do her music situation, or not Hallie. Chloe decided she wanted to go do her music situation, and she pursued that. And Hallie decided that she didn't want to go down that route because she wasn't as old. So now she's starting to branch out, and she doesn't want to go be in her big sister's shadow, which I completely understand. So she's going the opposite way. It makes a lot of sense to me.
It does. It does. But I'm talking about the different natures, like, of men, the different types of desires that men have. I do think that Chloe does appeal to a man's certain desire, and Haley appeals to another one. And absent the Haleys, because unfortunately, modern society lacks Haleys. We try to pick the best Chloe we can get.
Yeah, because I said everyone's wearing the attire. We're all dressing the same, and the good girls want to be noticed as good girls. They're not going to know you're a good girl if you're dressed like a 304. It's not going to happen.
I
But
want to know if the
I like
chat
this
room
comment.
actually approach. Hey, you see both of them. Which do you approach?
Chloe. Because you're not going to marry them, right? It's not like you're approaching them like, this is going to be my wife.
You approach each
I
woman
approach Chloe.
with the at least I do, with the understanding that it is possible. If she's attractive enough to sleep with, then there is a possibility, of that. But most women do start off completely sexual until they show themselves otherwise. And like lovingly holding a strange kid that loves you so much do give you wife points.
all right, shout out to Super Black Passport Bros. Says, just like both the daughters on the Bernie Mac show have OnlyFans page, the Bailey sisters will both disappoint y'all. Thotting is an industry. Possible.
It is.
Possible.
No, once again, like all women begin with the assumption of whoredom. What I'm saying is that picture and her track record is bringing her closer to Madonna-ness in my eyes. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
When you say Madonna, sorry.
Wait, hold on real quick. Hold your thought on that Fantasy Island. What do you go by, Fantasy Island Girl or Joy, whatever your
Joy
Instagram
is my nickname.
And what do you want to be
Fantasy
called
Island
on
Girl.
Fantasy Island Girls? You want to be called on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
I guess, whatever. All right, that's okay. All right, Too Cool for School in the building with $5 super chat. He says, agreed, GC. More men like the Haley type. Shout out to BR. Great show. Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, it varies. It's
a different type of appeal. In a world of thoughts, she does the Madonna thing.
What's the Madonna thing? That's what I'm trying to get you.
Madonna is more of a Latin reference. When they talk about Madonna horror complex, Madonna, not the pop star, but Madonna is a representation of like mother, wife, nurturer type.
Okay.
I think it's a goddess like the Madonna. But yeah, she's the representation of wife mother, like perfect wife mother.
I like that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that. Thank you.
Yeah, but no, I know there's a pop star who's the exact opposite, but no, she's no, there's
like, I don't get the comparison, but now I understand it's not her. Got it.
So when a man, just to let you know, when a man, virgin, like Virgin Mary, something like that. But when a man when a man says Madonna whore complex, what he's referencing is men want both, but we don't want them both in the same vessel.
Why?
That's why it's a complex. It's not a good thing, and that's why guys
Oh,
cheat. That's why guys typically cheat. And I get it. You don't want the same lips that suck your dick to kiss your kids. So I do get it, and I grapple with it myself. But
the
nevertheless,
same mouth you used to eat her out, you're gonna kiss your kids.
I eat women out.
I assumed a lot of people do, honestly.
Okay, well, no, my
Yeah,
point.
with saran wrap over it, because you give
No, I
blowjobs.
did that once, and
You
she was
give
pissed.
They
condom
don't do
She
that
was
shit.
condom
pissed.
They're gonna
blowjob.
eat it with nothing on there, ladies. Just so you know.
No. I'm
They'll
not
eat it
fond
every
of it, but
time.
I have eaten in the past. Yes, I have eaten before, but no, it's not.
But
It's
you
not
don't
something.
feel like it's shameful for you to kiss your kids after. So I just don't understand why we have to like have that thought of it's shameful for you to be a slut in the bed with your man and then kiss your kids. Like
It
that's
ain't
their
enough
head.
My
toothpaste.
point. Listen. Men
Said it ain't
say,
enough
and I'm gonna use myself as
toothpaste.
an example
That's an inside joke for the people that know. If you know, you know.
What?
If you know, you know. That's an inside joke. Go ahead.
no, I'll use myself as an example because a lot of men don't want to admit that they have this, but I do. And yes, I do grapple with it.
Okay.
Men say that we want a freak in a lady on the street and a freak in the bed. However, we grapple with making that transition and seeing her. We think about the freaky shit when she's in lady mode, and we think about the lady shit when she's supposed to be in freak mode. We cannot transition as easy in our mind as we should.
See,
As we
where I'm at,
should. Like,
where,
okay,
where,
for example, all the nasty shit that I want to do to Chloe, I don't want to do to Haley.
no, fuck that. No, I don't mind defiling an innocent looking chick. That's
Yeah.
See, I always
Um,
thought that was so strict. Sorry.
Well, I'm different.
yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. But see, put it like this: the whole Madonna horror complex thing, I don't really got that. Only thing, like, I'm not gonna take seriously or commit to any chick that's out presenting in any type of whole-ish kind of way out in the streets. Like, if we out together, we can she can be looking, real good and a little more provocative if we out together. But no, she's not about to just be out and about and shit, dressed a certain way and I ain't around. Like, no. She's gonna present like a lady or whatever in the streets. But I mean, at home, like that's when all kind of shit can come out and do all kind of stuff. And so whenever any chick is hell bent on presenting in a sexually provocative way when her man ain't around, I just assume that hell she be out fucking around. Like I just assume that, 'cause I just say,
No, but okay, so if a woman presents like a lady to you on the streets, right?
mm-hmm.
And then you go into the bedroom, and then she does something freaky or exceptionally freaky that's unexpected. You can't tell me that you easily just transition from damn, I had this image of you, and that image, you don't just transition. Perfect story, right? Perfect story.
I do. But go ahead.
I'm 17 years old, minding my own business, right?
Mhm.
And I'm with a chick who's around my age, and she says that she's a virgin, right? So she rent a hotel. By the way, at this time I'm homeless, right? But that's another story. So we rent a hotel and to get down, and I'm prepared because I've been with a couple of versions prior to her. I'm prepared
You
for
had money for a hotel, but you didn't have money to.
For
Never mind. Yeah.
huh? No, go for it.
No, I was just saying that, I just didn't know homeless people had hotel get some pussy money.
I had a job. Okay. So to make a long story short, this is California. This is the first .com bubble, meaning rent was high, but the job market just collapsed, and people like me with no skills, because you're a teenager,
My
people.
bad. No, that ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Keep going.
No worries. No worries. People like me with no skills, because you're a teenager and you sick of putting up with your mom shit, and you got tuition and stuff to pay. I was working homeless. I was living in my car. So, and I did that for like 3 to 6 months. I forget how long it was, but it was a long ass time because I'm tall and the shit's uncomfortable. So to continue with the story, every now and again, I got a hotel, and new pussy was an excuse to do the thing that I want to do, and that is also sleep in a nice bed. So that
Understood.
was part of it.
I was just saying, understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was part of the additional thrill. Now, she tells me that she's a virgin, and I met her on BART, and everything, I didn't have a reason not to believe her, and then during and I'm and I want to be, Ralph Tresvant. I want to be a man with sensitivity. That's how you handle virgin. That is what you do, right? And then she just, like the moment I got in, she just grabbed me and said, "You better give me this dick, bitch ass nigga." And then that
What?
was it. It was like 15 seconds and I was done. It was ridiculous. So because I was in Madonna mode, and then she turned out to be a freak. So I wasn't prepared for that transition.
Yeah, that would be a bit extreme. That would be a bit extreme
That's my
if it went
point.
there.
My point is
No, I feel like that's normal. So we're supposed to be a lady in the streets, right? So I used to present that way. And then when I got my boyfriend, he expected me to be this sweet girl, and I'm not. And I'm not. So I wanted him to be dominant and do what he says and all these things. And he was like, I just don't see you that way. And I felt offended. So fast forward, I was like, look, I need to present the way that I want to be
Treat it.
seen. Yeah, because I want to be treated like that girl in the bedroom, and they won't see you that way. Like, I felt really embarrassed that he was like, I don't see you that way. I want to treat you right, and da da da. I don't want to be dominant over you. I was like, I gotta get rid of this man.
It's a real thing. Now, I do work with it, but with you, because you present like the whore, then what happens
Now
is they have trouble. I have trouble giving you lady treatment.
I understand.
The same bedroom energy would permeate throughout the day.
I understand.
Yeah, I think the best way that women pull that off, and it's no exact right answer to it, but it's like they like kind of breadcrumb it a little bit at first, and then it get gradually more freakier, and then you tell yourself in your mind that you taught her all that shit that she actually came knowing how to do. She just rolled it out bit by bit. I think that's part of the
Not to hear
that's
you all.
that's one of the games that they play. That's how I go, because
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not tripping. I mean, what Game Changer said the chick did, where she just got super aggressive and was like cussing and growling and shit like that. That was a bit much.
And
But
you know what she said afterwards,
but
Bernard?
What'd she say?
I should have stayed a virgin. Like, she said that after, because it was an extremely poor performance. She said, I might as well stay a virgin if that's all you're gonna do.
Damn.
Oh damn, she's a virgin.
And how do
That's
you
the whole
disappoint a virgin?
you missed the whole point of the story.
No, I just thought that she was just
Wow.
seem an innocent acting chick, but
How did you disappoint a virgin? She doesn't even have anyone to compare you to.
I think she was lying. There's no way. I think she was fucking lying.
like I've never been with a virgin, but I just thought that you could tell on the way in if she was.
I've been with 6, and I don't or excuse me, I've been with 5 because I don't count her ass. And I think she was
okay. So that
you know
how I feel when you enter a virgin. Then
I wasn't in
still
long enough to tell. The way she was acting, I'm telling you, Bernard, it was like 30 seconds tops. It was like 30 seconds tops.
You saying you finished in that amount of time?
Huh? Yes, I did. Like when she the way she said it.
How do you finish in 30 seconds if it's bad?
Because it wasn't that it was bad. It was just that it was shocking. It
shocked the nut out of you.
She shocked the nut out of you.
Yeah, she shocked the nut out of me. But Bernard, you got to think I'm prepared for virgins, and then she just grabs me and was like, "Come get this pussy." I was like, "Wait." Yeah, so I'm just saying it's a shock.
I appreciate your honesty. That is so honest. I get it now. Because I was like, how do they finish in 30 seconds? It's
Well,
the
that's how
shock
she'll shock the shit
factor.
out of you. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You're a very honest man. You're a very honest man. I like that. That is crazy.
I was, when you said that it was over in 15 seconds or 30 seconds, I was thinking you just stopped because you was turned off. I didn't know that she.
Nah.
No, he was very turned on. So then what was the problem? Why didn't you just wait and get it back up for her?
No. Okay, so eventually I did. I'm saying like, no, we got into a relationship after that. This wasn't like a one-hit wonder or what have you. No, this led into a relationship. And she definitely is a freak in the bed. She was one of the first person, and keep in mind that at this stage in life, says where's she at, GC? She's from Oakland, like at the time she was living with her grandma. But wasn't you interested or something? I don't keep track. I don't keep tabs of people. I come from a time before Facebook and all this crap.
Yeah.
So
oh man.
But no, she was one of the first women I know of that was into BDSM. But at the time, because there was no internet, there's really no we didn't know what we were doing. We were just going off of instinct, and we know what we liked. And yes, she did like to be choked and slapped and all kind of other shit.
A virgin who liked to be choked and slapped. Well,
I like to be choked from the very beginning, so I understand that. The slapping.
Yeah,
as a virgin,
I wanted to try it, and I love it from the first time they tried it. Because they're not going to initially want to do that, right? But the first man that tried it, I was like, he gets it. That's what I want you to do. I love it.
Yeah, and Bernard, just like we were talking about earlier, with wanting to be hit. Yes, she did want to be hit, but we didn't like set that, and so it turns out she started hitting me. She hit me.
Hell no.
And yeah, I agree. And so then that's when we started talking about it. She hit me because she had a younger sister, and her sister stood over the porch and leaned over. And I looked up and I said, "Your sister got some big," I don't know if I said big or nice, but I was like, "Your sister got some big or nice titties." And then it was a clean left after that. I was like, "Bitch, what the fuck?" Then I was like, "Get out, get the fuck out my car." Right. And then she was like, "I'm sorry." And she commits to the BJ. And then now that was forgiven. And then we discussed things like that.
Okay, so you're allowing her to hit you. I really don't understand that.
I
When men
forgave
allow
it.
women
I
to hit
forgave
them.
it.
Okay.
But yes, she wanted to provoke hits from me. She wanted to get that passion out of me. Like I was too young to recognize that pattern of behavior at the time. However, I did see it in the future, and I recognized it largely through her. But yeah, she wanted like, she wanted like slappings and shit like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. That was one of the funniest stories. That's going to definitely be a clip. Yeah. Let's see where you at. Captain Cisco in the building says, "As Fantasy Island girl, do you go to Hooters?"
No.
I'm very curious. Are you explaining?
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
Explain in the chat why you want to know if you go to Hooters. That's a very peculiar and random question. I mean,
I probably could have worked at Hooters, but I didn't have these titties until recently. So
it don't require titties to work at Hooters. They just let anybody in.
Oh, I thought it was about the boobs for Hooters and the
No,
but I think that they can't legally hire them based on that. So a lot of the chicks aren't tittied out.
Yeah, basically the whole itty bitty titty committee just stormed Hooters, filling out applications, trying to force a class action lawsuit or some shit unless they get hired. So that's what happened. They had to hire them. Nothing but A cups. But all right,
that's so funny.
All right, all right.
Oh, because you got big boobs.
Yeah, but I mean, is that where they eat? Like they eat there to like
No.
Is that their Popeye spinach or something? Like they gotta feed their tits at Hooters? Like what does that mean?
If you would have asked, have you ever worked at Hooters, that would have been a fair question.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No.
It's not a titty producing or implanting farm or something like that. Like that was random.
I would have been a
That was
stripper if I was more coordinated, but not Hooters.
you're not coordinated.
No.
You'd be a clumsy stripper falling off the pole, try to
I
spin
would look
around and
sexy,
then
but I don't have like dance moves. I don't have like I don't know how to pole work. So I would probably be a terrible stripper. I would just be very sexy. I can give you seduction, but that's it.
You know, it's
Yeah.
funny because not in the US. I've been in a strip club like 4 or 5 times in my life, but I do appreciate the pole tricks that they do
Me
more than
too.
the beauty of the women. So sorry, you
Yeah.
wouldn't like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I was good on the pole and had a cute face, watch your
Well, no,
pockets.
they
Never
have
know.
they have the girls that go around like trying to get people to buy them drinks and stuff
Oh.
at strip clubs. Because what happens is they get a cut of the drinks. So, like, say you come to me or Bernard or something, and you're talking, and then you say something like,
You want a drink?
the girl comes by and say, "Do you want to buy the lady a drink?" And I looked, and I was like, "Dang, that's some rude shit to ask." And I was like, "Okay, you want a drink?" And she said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, a vitamin water." And so it was like $4 or something like that. And I told him, I was like, no, I'm not paying $4 for a vitamin water. Like, what kind of shit is that? But she told me later that she gets a cut. She gets a cut of the
Drink.
vitamin water, the girl and the waitress. So
Okay.
that's what they do. They go around drinking vitamin water and making money from that.
Yes.
That's fine. I could have done that.
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
easy
Well, you
enough.
probably could. I mean,
Yeah.
so that's what they did. It's and they do the same thing in the Philippines, but the girls there, they don't have any titties at all, and they're prostitutes, and but they get money off the drinks.
Well, how much you gonna charge for a drink that you gonna charge that you ain't gonna get from the pussy or the vagina?
Well, so here's how it worked, because I had a girl break it down to me, right?
Okay, yeah, break it down to me.
So sex costs $40.
Okay.
And the house gets 20 of that, and the girl gets the other 20.
Damn.
And the girls there in the Philippines, they make like $1 and some change a day just for being there dancing. But they don't dance like American women where they do the pole tricks. They just like line step like all damn day. They're just on the stage two-stepping all fucking day, hoping somebody buy their pussy.
Wow.
And then you get an asshole like me that come. And so in addition to that, and this is my favorite thing in the world to do. In fact, I did this so many times that I could have just bought some pussy. But like so for $8, for $8, right?
Yeah.
They got like a little tray, a little French fry tray full of ping pong balls. And then you somebody like me, I come in and I smack it and tip it over, and then the girls just scramble for it. They just scramble for these ping pong balls because like say if they get 3 or 4 of them, then it's 20 cents a ball, so they get like 80 cents. So I do that because that's entertainment to me. So I do shit like that. Watch scramble for 20 cents, and I must have spent like $100 doing that shit. Like,
God damn.
You didn't even get nothing.
yeah, and I didn't even fuck. So now I think about it, I could have fucked like 2.5 times. But the shit is so funny and interesting to me that I did a lot of interesting shit. Like I made them arm wrestle for $1. Like I made them race for $2. Like so yeah.
You're sadistic.
Huh?
You're sadistic.
Yeah, I am. Well, I told you.
Okay.
Like that's why I agreed to the slaps and shit like that. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I told you. Yeah, I do get off on shit like that. I do.
Got it.
Oh
my gosh.
So,
I don't know
yeah.
if I feel bad for those girls.
Why do you feel bad for them? They got
I don't
money.
know.
They
I don't
earned a
know.
good
I
living.
just feel like that's so I don't know. Honestly, it just sounds so degrading. Even though it's not like you're buying their vagina. I guess that's probably more degrading. But in my mind, I'm like, do an arm wrestle, do a foot race. Like, are you serious? Are you gonna give me some money or no?
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that walking around in a strip club with your titties out, asking for vitamin water isn't degrading, but that's degrading.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Because you saying, hey, do you want to buy her water? Isn't degrading for either one of them because she's not saying, hey, buy me a drink. Someone else is
That-
offering it up
That's
for her. If that makes any
degrading,
sense.
according to someone who had
Oh,
an OnlyFans. But them arm
that's what
wrestling
I'm saying.
for money is degrading.
Yeah,
Just,
I do feel like that.
just
I don't
saying.
know if that makes
Remember what I
it
said?
hypocrite, but that's how I
Degrade,
feel.
debauchery, and whoredom is outside of the circle of anything that they wouldn't do. If they'd do a damn bukkake, I think I said it right. But
Oh,
they,
what?
is that how you pronounce that word? Yeah, I know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
talking
don't know
about.
what it is.
Yeah,
Don't worry
it's
about it.
something
If
nasty.
it,
I never seen it, but I know it's a porn thing.
He said there's something nasty, so it's got to
No,
be
no,
really
I never seen it,
nasty.
but I know it's a porn thing. Well, I know it's a porn.
yeah.
I know the Japanese do it, so I don't watch their porn,
Oh,
but I
Okay.
do know that
What'd you
they
call
some
it?
freaks.
all I
What'd you
know is
say it's called?
the chick who would do a bukkake will kind of like turn her nose up at the chick who would do like a anal gangbang or something. Like it's like anybody who does any type of debauchery, just one notch outside of what they do. Oh, that's so degrading. I'm like
No. Like Carisha letting somebody pee on you, I'm like, that is so degrading. I would never let somebody pee on me. That
yeah,
sounds
but
disgusting.
the bukkake chick says that about the peed on chick, and the peed on chick says that about
About
the
the
shitted on
bukkake
chick.
chick.
But so
Yeah,
it's like everybody is just saying,
you're
"Oh, that's
right.
nasty. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's not. Oh, y'all nasty." But anyway, all right.
Probably 4. It'll be 5 tomorrow.
Tits
Probably
is how my wide panel this week. What's that mean?
How many panels this week?
Oh,
tits in how many panels this week? Did we go on Monday or no or Tuesday? I think we went Tuesday. It was do we do titty Tuesday? We need to call it that.
Titty Tuesday.
But no, the night show schedule, and we about to wrap this thing on up. But the night show schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll be doing night shows.
Okay.
And that will be the schedule. So just be looking for it. Just be looking for it. Yeah. So that'll be it. But damn it, I might
wow,
want to
guys
change
really
the
like
schedule.
tits.
We might need to change the schedule because I like the
New
sound
Titty
of Titty
Tuesday. I
Tuesday. Yeah.
knew
I really
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
But all right, everybody. Shout out to everybody who supported the stream. Appreciate each and every one of you. We about to wrap this up and get on up out of here on this wonderful Friday night. Appreciate each and every one of you. I will be going live tomorrow with Hood Conservative. Don't know what the topic will be, but it's normally will be a good one. The morning show's been popping. Hopefully we can keep that momentum going, but we got to figure out what the topic is going to be. But hopefully I see y'all tomorrow. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, and formally, thank you while I'm on the air. Thank you, Fantasy Island girl. Everybody canceled on me tonight. You was the only one that came through. He was the only one that came through, so I do appreciate you.
Yeah,
But
I am here, Bernard. What the fuck?
well, I mean, you always here. You
He
always
always
here.
here.
Right.
I'm just playing.
He appreciates you so much.
I mean,
right.
just a chest piece, no titties. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right, but
you give him much.
but all right, but we out of here. Peace. We gone.
Good
Peace.
night.